Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Drop Zone, brought to you by Doobie with your hosts Anthony Young and Jeff Walsh. How you doing today, bud?
Oh, doing very good. It's a good week to be a Heat fan that we'll talk about in a little bit. A little tired today. What else is new? But other than that, I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Sorry about that, folks. Just woke up not too long ago. Um, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. There's a few people that I need to say a few things to and get off my chest. So yeah, just looking forward to that.
I always look forward to getting texts saying, "All right, I'm going on a rant about this person and this person." So, without further ado, we will get right into it. NBA news is coming in hot and heavy. Uh, with a bunch of trades and everything going on. The NBA draft happened or is happening still. The second round is tonight. And there's a little bit of NFL news, and that's pretty much it. So, and then the huge uh things happen in the NBA, and then yeah, we got Tony's rants. Uh, I can sit back and relax and just enjoy with everybody else and just let let Tony just let loose on the people that he needs to.
Well, let's get all the news out the way first, so that way,
Yeah,
just for the safe side.
yeah. I'll get to the NFL news first. There's only two things. Atlanta signed Kyle Pitts to a 3-year, $54 million, $36 million guaranteed extension. Uh, they were thinking about tagging him. I don't remember if they did tag him or not, but that kind of saga's over. Hopefully Kyle Pitts can actually contribute because he's kind of been very up and down throughout the past couple years. So I guess we'll see if they can figure out how to use him efficiently this year. And Tennessee signed defensive tackle Jeffrey Simmons to a 3-year, $105 million extension with a $100 million guaranteed. But he had 2 years left on his contract, and they have signed him to 3 extra years. So he stays in Tennessee for a little bit longer, and he is one of the best defensive tackles in the league. So well earned. But yeah, that's pretty much all the NFL news. That was very light, very quick. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, the Kyle Pitts news from Atlanta kind of intrigued me a bit because I figured, since Atlanta wasn't using Kyle Pitts in the proper way, he would want out of there. But the fact that he signed an extension, well, re-signed, just tells me that maybe he was comfortable being in Atlanta, and maybe this new regime, told him that, hey, we'll find a way to get you the ball, we'll find a way to use you properly. Because some players, like he's a generation of talent at the tight end position. You don't see many talented tight ends like that has good hands, speed, and can block. So, and Jeffrey Simmons, yeah, I kind of expected that one because he's been the heart and soul of that defense and they keeping him for 3 more years. Got him for another 3 years, which helps that team out because now, I mean, is that team going to be a playoff contending team? Not right now, because they're still a few pieces short, but they're getting close.
Yeah, I think Tennessee year by year, as Cam Ward gets a bit better in the league, I think they're going to be even more and more dangerous. So again, it was very very good to secure him. Uh, Simmons, that is, as a good uh, defensive piece. Yeah. So now on to the rest of the podcast, which pretty much going to be NBA news. Uh, Starting on the 20th and 21st, Phoenix re-signed Colin Gillespie to a 4-year, $48 million extension. And then the next day, they re-signed guard Jordan Goodwin to a 3-year, $19 million extension. Atlanta re-signed guard CJ McCollum to a 1-year, $21 million. And surprisingly, OKC traded guard Aaron Wiggins in 2030 and 2032. So, uh, you know, that was a bit shocking to me. I did not expect OKC to be trading anybody, especially with, the good core that they have there. But, that they feel like changes needed to be made. And they made one with sending Aaron Wiggins to Atlanta for a few more picks.
Um, yeah, the OKC trade was kind of unexpected. If anything, I would have thought it would have been Hartenstein that they would have traded because he became useless against San Antonio. So yeah, I mean, like that one kind of caught everybody off guard. But at the same time, they're trying to they want to get back to the finals. So again, you know, things like that, does surprise us, but at the same time, doesn't surprise us.
Yeah, it's gonna be anything could really happen. Um, we're getting closer to what everyone wants to hear us talk about, but I'm kind of leading up to it. On the 22nd, New York re-signed Mohamed Diarra to a multi-year extension with up to $10 million. Washington re-signed Trey Young to a 4-year, $212 million extension. There was speculation that he might just leave Washington after only playing 5 games there, but he thought otherwise, and he chose to take the huge extension there. And Dallas is hiring former Michigan head coach Dusty May as their new head coach. Uh, well earned. He did a really good job there in Michigan the past 2 seasons, winning a national title this past year. So, well, we'll see if that can translate into the NBA. Very well. Again, he'll have Cooper Flag, which I think Dusty May will do a very good job with him. So there's the other kind of small stuff, and then we're gonna get into the absolute craziness that was uh, Monday, June 22nd. Um, but yeah, that's everything else other than the two crazy news.
Yeah, Monday's trade. Yeah, that was. Let me just say that I sent Jeff the message about that, and yeah,
Yeah, like, I was at work, and it was funny because my coworker was like, "Oh, like the most recent thing that he got was that the Celtics were in the lead to get Giannis." And I looked at my phone, and Shams then reported Miami Heat trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And I was like, "Holy shit, we actually did it!" we actually got somebody this offseason. Not I'm getting teased like every other offseason recently that we're gonna get a star and we never do. But we did trade a decent amount. We traded Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez, Khalil Ware, Casper Sakutonis, 3 firsts, which was the 13th pick in this draft, a 2031 pick, and a 2033 pick. An overall pick swap. Sorry, a pick swap in 2030 and a second round pick in 2033. We have depleted our bench, unfortunately. We have $18 million left and a lot of roster spots to fill. I am, I'm, I'm very happy that we got him. I feel like this move is not for this year, really. It's for next year when we're gonna have more cap room to be able to sign and get other players and stuff. But I'm very happy that Giannis is in the building. I mean, a front line of Giannis and Bam is very, very deadly. Um, Unfortunately, we're gonna have to let Norman Powell go unless he takes a humongous discount uh to play because he's gonna ask for a lot of money. So we're gonna run into some issues, but I trusted Pat Riley, Spoelstra, Alonzo Mourning in that front office to figure something out. We always find some people out there, and now with Giannis there, I think we'll get some vets that will be able and like and have a problem taking the vet minimum to just play. And we got Bobby Portis out of it as well. Which I am actually quite happy for. I do like Bobby Portis, and I always kind of wanted him on the Heat. I think he'd fit right in. So I'm very happy. Hero, I was ready for him to go. We weren't really running anything with him. I love everything that he did do for us. He was a great piece with Butler and Bam and Duncan, and that team was really fun to watch a few years ago. But injuries did catch up to him, and um, when he came back last year, it kind of almost hurt the team. We were doing really well with pace and scoring, and he came back, and it was everything just kind of went downhill. Hame, he had a good first year, bad second year, a very good third year. So I'm kind of upset to have him go because I really liked him and how he played. Where he's a good backup center, and Kazak Jonas, he did good in his rookie year last year. Um, but I'm excited to see changes here in Miami, and the fact that we actually got somebody um in the offseason other than just saying that we're in the running for them, uh, makes me feel very good and that it'll be different going forward, hopefully.
Uh, yeah, like I said, when I got the news, you know, as soon as I got the alert and opened it up and read it, I immediately sent it to Jeff just to make sure that in case he didn't get it, that he would actually know about it. And like I said, he was ecstatic. His response back was, it was a Jeff response. I wouldn't have expected anything less. Um, and yeah, this basically are setting up for coming down the road. It won't be for this season for the simple fact is, like you say, they depleted their bench, and only with 18 million left in the salary cap. I mean, you're going to have to get a lot of players to basically take the exceptional cap minimum. So with that being said, I mean you're going to get bench players that haven't played. That's basically been playing either in the G League or maybe overseas to fill your bench. But this does help set them up for down the road. Um, hopefully they're. I mean, I don't say it's going to happen, but I mean, some players need to take cue from Nick players that have turned down max contract and took less to help keep the core together or and bring people in. Because Cat Williams is reportedly going to do the same thing that Jalen Brunson did, not take the max extension, and he's going to turn down could be anywhere between 50 to 100 million, like Brunson did when he resigned. And his whole thing is, he wants to keep the team together so they could continue, trying to get another championship. So I mean, some players need to, take cue for that. Um, Everybody know me and Jeff. We're all about the players getting their money, but we also love the players that are not selfish, that are saying, "Hey, we're looking at team first, possibly winning first, winning the championship." You know, Especially if you're a player that has already been in the league for quite a bit, you already have your, you know, money established. If you saved your money right properly, so um, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. With Giannis in Miami, and then the next trade that comes up that I'm kind of starting to start feeling bad about because I've joked about it all the time, and so far it's showing up to be true. That Julius Randle's was traded to Brooklyn in a three-team trade. So Minnesota trades for Julius Randle in the 28th pick to Brooklyn for the 33rd pick. And Brooklyn trades center Nick Claxton to Chicago. Then Minnesota re-signs guard Ayo Dustin Sumo to a 5-year, $111 million extension. And the reason why I say I kind of feel bad about that because every team that Julius Randle has been traded from, about 2 years later, they've won the NBA championship. He was traded from the Lakers and went to the Knicks. The Lakers 2 years later won the championship. Sacramento Kings won the draft.
We'll talk about the draft in a second.
Yeah.
It'll be our next topic.
Then the Knicks trade Julius Randle to Minnesota. 2 years later, we win. Well, basically this year we win the championship. So now, if the pattern sticks true, Minnesota trades Julius Randle to Brooklyn. So in 2027-28, will the Minnesota Timberwolves win a championship?
No, if I'm Julius Randle, if that happens, I would probably just retire right then and there. Because that would be really crazy. This was pretty much just a sour cap dump by the Minnesota Timberwolves because Randall had the biggest contract on their team and didn't feel like it was going to go anywhere. Yeah, so they traded him and a pick to Brooklyn. So they moved down in the draft, and then Brooklyn to probably make a bit of room for Randall's contract sent Nick Claxton to Chicago. And again, about a few minutes later, Io Dosumu got re-signed to the huge 5-year, $112 million extension by the both. Um, Again, yeah, I mean, at a point you probably feel bad for Randall. He's now back in New York, but he's in He's in Brooklyn now. With an interesting team, him and Michael Porter Jr. kind of leading that team, and then a bunch of young rookies and second and third year guys on the team as well. So it's definitely gonna again very unexpected. I did not expect to see Julius Randle get traded for pretty much a bag of peanuts. But I mean, I guess we'll see how it works out. I mean, if that really does happen again, I mean, that'd be very weird. If it happened again, but I think as long as they have Rudy Gobert there in Minnesota, they're not going to win anything. Uh, because you can't have somebody who is very much just one side of the ball predominantly. Especially a center who has no offensive game. I don't think that you can win in the NBA nowadays with that kind of player. But that's just my personal opinion on that. But yeah, those were the big trades. And then the only last little bit of NBA news other than the NBA draft was that Portland has hired former Minnesota assistant coach Mike Norrie as the new head coach. He's been one of the top positions in the league in the past couple of years, so he gets a shot to be a head coach there in Portland. So I don't know how you want to really talk about the NBA draft. I mean, the first three picks kind of went exactly how I expected. AJ DeBonsta, Darren Peterson, and Boozer went pretty much expecting how I expected it to go.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of forgot the draft was yesterday. Because usually, I usually get the alerts, draft, especially draft alerts on my phone. And yesterday, I didn't get not one draft alert, so it kind of threw me off. And then I was doing something, and I grabbed my phone and I went on Facebook, and then I seen a post about I forgot who it was that was drafted, and I was like, "What the hell?" Because I didn't get any alerts about any drafts, the draft going on. And yeah, sure enough. Well, 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 look who was here.
Whoa.
How we doing, Jason? It's been
Been
a
a while
long
since
time,
you
buddy.
popped in.
You came in on a perfect day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, the first three picks went just as I expected them to go as well. Although I'm still trying to figure out why the NBA needs to turn the NBA draft into a 2 night thing when you only have 2 rounds. This still doesn't make any sense. I know they're trying to use it so they could get more exposure for the drafts and stuff like that, but when you have a 2 round draft, you seriously could sum it up in one day. You don't need 2 days. I can't have a bad day. How are we? Oh, we're good, bud.
And we're good. We're both a little tired, but we're still live. We don't miss a Wednesday unless something crazy going on. That's that's how we do it. Oh boy.
Yeah, I was waiting for when this to come out from you.
Yeah, they surprised me. Wemby a little dirty, I'll be honest. He's a little dirty. Well, when I a little dirty guy. He's a big dirty guy. Mm-hmm. Exactly. But you know, he better watch what he does because uh the NBA took notice of what he did.
Yeah, after 53 years. Uh, I don't know of what I will call him a winner yet, for the simple fact is that he was exposed for a lot in that NBA Finals.
Jay, what did he do? I could probably show you 10 plays of him almost injuring somebody in the playoffs. Uh,
Yeah, the
it was bad.
yeah,
It was not a good look. He almost killed Nas Reed with an elbow. Uh, he threw
he
Jalen
almost
Brunson
took
down
out.
like a rag
Oh,
doll.
he almost took out OG's Achilles and ACL.
Yeah, he. It looked like pretty blatantly put his foot out underneath Jalen Brunson's foot on a 3-pointer.
Oh, he did,
Um,
because one of the analysts pointed it out. They said if you watch Wimby on that play, he's not even looking up at the ball. He's looking down at the
mhm.
ground to see where, make sure he sees where he's planting his foot, to make sure it's under Jalen Brunson's foot.
Yeah, he's got to be careful because if you have Draymond Green calling you dirty,
Yeah.
that's how you know it's getting bad. But I like him as a player. He needs to watch out with doing that because he's gonna get himself hurt. I'll be honest, because guys don't take kindly to that. Um, so he's got to be careful. But yeah, other than that, the Spurs really surprised me. But I think it's gonna be them and OKC battling out every single year in the West because I don't see a team getting as good as them, in my opinion. Um, with the draft, I think Caleb Wilson went 4 to Chicago. Keaton Wagler went 5 to Los Angeles. Michael Brown, I like that pick there to go to the Nets. And then Darius Acuff, which I really like Darius Acuff out of Arkansas, a very good guard. He went to the Kings, um, which will be a very interesting fit there. Um, Again, yeah, I just like that pick. I like that they got another guard in there, to pair with DeMar DeRozan, Jack Levine, uh, Sabonis. I think they're gonna have a sneaky good team in the West. But again, I think nothing comes close to even being as good as what the Spurs and the Thunder are right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and move through the draft kind of quick, because the Heat didn't really even have a pick. We didn't. It says
we,
that,
we didn't
that
have a
we
pick
drafted
either.
Nate Mint. It says that we drafted Nate, but that's going to the Bucks. Uh, Not a surprise, but I'm kind of shocked at who got picked by the.
Honestly,
Yeah,
the
we
Heat, they
cheated.
cheated.
I don't know about cheated. We gave about half our bench to go get him, but you know, with super like that, you kind of go all in, and I'm all right with it. Surprised that the Mavericks picked Morris Johnson Jr. over Axel Lendenborg out of Michigan. Uh, by again with Dusty May being the head coach of the Mavericks, I expected them to go get Axel Lendenborg over Morez. But I'm happy to see in three of the. How they cheated. I mean, we've been getting fucked out of getting all these good players for a while. I come on here all the time, every off season. Oh, we're gonna get this person. We have a chance to get this person, and we get nobody. Uh, yeah, and then Yaxel went to the Warriors, which, oh my goodness, I think Yaxel on the board is going to do great on the Warriors. I think he's going to do really, really good. And then Adayamara, he went to the Thunder. He's 7'3", and people are calling him the new Wemby stopper because Chet Holmgren could not do it.
That's just wrong.
Stuff, come on. That's not nice. That's not nice. Yeah, the playoffs are the most unsettling part. I followed the regular season well, but when it hits when it hits all the fun, exciting times is when I really start following it. Yeah, you guys had a pick, and it was Cameron Carr, and you traded that to Los Angeles. Which did you see his reaction,
Cool.
Tony? Uh, Cameron Carr, when he got drafted by the Knicks, it came out almost immediately that he was traded to the Lakers, and his reaction when he got drafted was so funny.
No, I didn't.
Like he was like, "I got traded," and he was like so pissed.
Well, I mean, can you blame him? He's going out to be out there stuck with LeBron, and who wants that headache?
Not me. But I mean, you're going to LA. At least it's nice and sunny and nice weather. I don't know. And then you guys traded picks with the Lakers for Sergio Di Loria, and then traded him to somebody else. You guys didn't even get a pick in the first round. Yeah,
Yeah, for the simple factors, because Leon Rose is, I mean, he's actually doing this smart, which will come into what I'm going to talk about in a few minutes. Um, where he's basically just trying to find the cheaper way to continue rebuilding the bench, so we could do another have another run for another NBA title this year or upcoming season.
yeah. I'm trying to hurry up because I'm very excited for these rants and about the one person that is about. I don't like particularly too much either for a different reason, but we'll get into that when the rants happen. And finally, with the last pick of the first round, it was Koa Pete to the Mavericks, but it said traded to Phoenix. So if he's actually on the Phoenix Suns, that is going to be very dangerous with Brooklyn. Um,
We'll get to that in a second, Jason.
um, yeah, the West is definitely going to beat up on each other a lot. There's a lot of good teams in the West. All right, Tony, I will just let you just have the floor. You can let loose, let wild. I will sit back, kick back, relax, drink my water, and just enjoy the show as if I'm a viewer like Jay. Because again, I get two texts in the middle of the week. All right, I'm going off on this person. I'm going off on this person, and I'm just here like, yes, yes.
No, I'm not gonna dance. I mean,
He ain't gonna dance. He gonna get mad.
okay. So my first target is Knicks owner James Dolan. Now, this is my issue that I have with James Dolan. On the day of the Parade of Champions, when the Knicks was being, had this parade for winning the finals and getting the key to City Hall, before the parade actually started, James Dolan was interviewed. No big deal. Until this jackass, instead of allowing Knicks fans and Knicks players and the organization to enjoy everything that's going on, he was asked about the upcoming off season. Now, a normal owner or anybody of common sense would have been like, you know what? We're not going to discuss the off season right now. This is a day of celebration. This is the day, to celebrate the team winning the championship after 53 years and after having two failed finals in 94 and 99. We're not going to discuss upcoming free agency. We could discuss that next week. No, what does this fucking jackass says? Well, we're not gonna, push it too hard. We're not gonna be a second tier. So basically, he's telling the team and the fans that he's not gonna go out of his way to re-sign key free agents that was part of the winning team, and that was part of that bench rotation that Mike Brown so heavily used. Because right now we have the key members that are of the bench that are free agents: Mitchell Robinson, Jose Alvarez, and Jordan Clarkson.
Alvarado.
Yes, Alvarado. I always fuck his name up. Now apparently they've had to make a decision on Jose's contract, which I believe they have the option to, and I believe they're going to pick it up, which is $4 million. But to sit there and say you're not going to put your team in the second tier to guarantee that we have a chance to return back as champions in the following year sends a very bad message to this team, to the fan base, pretty much. So now you're telling fans, well, we got the one, we broke the curse, we got it after 53 years. I'm satisfied. I can guarantee you, the Knicks are not satisfied, especially the players, especially considering that Jalen Brunson took $100 million pay cut to help bring this team together. Cat Williams is already on the Cat Williams. Karl Anthony Towns is already on the record saying that when his contract talks come up, he's willing to take a pay cut as well to keep the core together. If you got players that are willing to not take max contracts to keep this team together so they could have a chance of winning multiple championships, what is your problem with saying, you know what, I'm going to follow my team lead. They want to, take less money to keep the team together. I'm going to be willing to, those who want to still return, try to do what we can to keep them coming back. So this team is ready for another championship run. This is why Knicks fans have been so disgusted with James Dolan since he took over the team in 1999. Because everything he does and every time he opens his mouth, nothing good ever comes out of it. And again, for you to sit there on the day your team is being celebrated for finally winning the championship after 53 years, to basically say what they did was not worth it's not worth it to you to retry to keep everything together states that you're nothing but a piece of shit.
I was making sure that you were done. I didn't want to interrupt
Yeah,
that.
I'm done for that one.
Okay. Now, what Tony's talking about is the second apron or second tier is what you're talking about. Is that he didn't want to go into exactly. Especially on the day of the fucking big celebration. Like you said, it could be like, I'm not going to talk about anything until next week. We're going to enjoy this celebration, this parade of our accomplishment. I will think about that stuff next week. So what Tony talk about is the second apron rule in the NBA that came out a few years ago. And James Dolan does not want to go into that second apron because it comes along with penalties, which includes everything that's in the first apron penalties, which there are no sign and trades permitted if the player acquired keeps the team above the apron. They cannot sign players who are waived during the regular season if their salary was above the $12.2 million mid-level exception. And salary matching in trades has to be within 110% instead of the 125% teams in good standing get. The second apron penalties include all of those, and in, and include they cannot have access to the MLE and free agency or absorbing contracts. They cannot trade first round picks from 7 years out. They cannot use trade exceptions from previous years. They cannot use cash in trades, and the first round pick moves straight to the end of the first round if the team stays in the second apron for 3 of 5 years. So that's what James Dolan did not want to have happen. But man, you don't need to say it on the parade day. You could say it on a different day where, or just not say it at all. Again,
Exactly.
because like you said, when he opens his mouth, nothing good ever really comes out of his mouth. Um, yeah, if I was a Knicks fan, I'd be upset because again, you guys are not satisfied. That's one championship in 53 years. And Jalen Brunson, like you said, has said that he's committed to staying there and wanting to win more. Cat, Bridges, OG, yeah,
Well,
exactly. But
technically, we did not pass on Steph in '09. He was drafted one slot before us.
yeah, um, yeah. I mean, it was just stupid. I didn't really know the full details of it, but I knew that you would because you're a Knicks fan and you're a very animated Knicks fan and very adamant. So I was like, I'll find everything out when he rants about it.
Yeah,
Um,
and what pissed me off the most was the fact that he said this on live TV before the parade even started. Again, my
yeah,
theory is, you know, I've never seen a owner or GM ever discuss anything about free agency coming up during a parade. They always say, we'll discuss it when the free agency period opens, or we'll sit down and have an internal conversation about how we want to pursue free agency. Not come out and tell your fans what you're willing and not willing to do. Oh, I don't think you can get any worse than James Dolan.
yeah, really, he did. Because again, he's saying that we're satisfied with getting one. We don't want to go into that second apron with the fucking all the penalties and rules. But again, I'm just kind of excited for the second one because I don't like this particular person either, for different reasons. But you could definitely take it away.
Okay, so my next target that drew my ire, and I get it. You was drafted by a team that was in rivalry with my Knicks, the Boston Celtics. Mr. Paul Pierce, aka the Truth, which I'm still puzzled about how you got that nickname to begin with. Um, yes, I do understand you're not a Knicks fan, but at the same time, there's quite a few other players in the league that are, grew up played on the team that were not, that were rivalries with us, such as Reggie Miller, Charles Barkley. For the longest, couldn't stand the Knicks. The only difference between them and your stupid ass is that they actually have respect for the Knicks, and they came around, instead, started saying, "Hey, this could be a team that could do it." For you to sit there and with your podcast with KG, and even KG kind of blasted you for this as well. To sit there and basically said that the Knicks was a team that just got lucky. How do a team that comes back from a what was a 20 point deficit in Cleveland, came back from a 25 point deficit, came back from a 29-point deficit, which is the largest deficit in NBA Finals. How do you call those teams lucky? Because last time I checked, I don't remember you leading your Boston Celtics back from any type of deficits like that. In fact, if I can remember correctly, you wasn't even the best player on your championship team. KG was a better player than you. Ray Allen was a far better shooter than you. And even Rondo, who I really don't care too much about, I felt was still a better player than you. So you're going to sit there and say that a team that scraps back from being down is lucky. It's kind of hard to be lucky, especially when you get a lot of the calls against you, to sit there and be called lucky. Exactly. That's horseshit. Imagine calling the biggest comeback in NBA Finals history lucky. Exactly. So, like I said, I understand, because you was drafted by the Celtics. You have that distilled hate for the Knicks and you installed in you. But at the same time, there's a lot of other players that was drafted on the team rivalry against the Knicks that still show respect. And like I said, even for KG to call you out on your own podcast should tell you something. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Jab.
I haven't liked KG. I haven't liked I haven't liked Paul Pierce really ever because again, as a Heat fan with Boston, I didn't really like him too much. Then when he retires, he goes on and says that he was a better player than Dwayne Wade.
which is horse shit.
hmm Yeah, that's who KG is, Jay. It's Kevin Garnett. Um, he's just a natural hater. Um, and I don't know if he just says things to get views and clicks and stuff, but when it's so asinine like that, um, it really makes me question his basketball knowledge and, if he's really in the podcasting or media business just to make people upset and get the clicks and the views off of that, other than actually giving straight good information and knowledge about the game. Again, to call it luck is absolutely just horseshit and bull crap. Um, for a team that was down so many points numerous times to not just give up on each other or give up on the game and come back and win and fight and claw and scratch your way back and 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 get and win the game. And then win the title. I was upset earlier this week about an analyst on ESPN
Becky Hammond.
calling what?
Becky Hammond.
No,
Oh, I was about to say that bitch. Yeah, I got a few choice words for her too.
no. But I don't remember his name because he's a very he's kind of new. But they were arguing about
Or
the
whatever, Jay.
NBA title or whatever, and he called the Larry O'Brien a participation trophy, because it's been 8 different winners of the past 8 years, so pretty much anybody could just win it. And the analysts on the show with him were like, "What? Like it's a participation trophy because no team has gone like back to back and been a different winner every year." I like that more. That is somebody different each year because so many that teams are improving year by year by year. It's not the same dynasty or just team winning it every year. It's making it more interesting to watch. Oh, Tony, he deserved it and he earned it and he enjoyed it. I know that. But like when there's analysts on there saying shit like that, I'm like, my goodness, like do people really just not have any conscious brain to think about what they're talking about? They are. They are back, Jay. But yeah, between Paul Pierce and that analyst, really just frustrating me because it's really just downgrading all the great success that the Knicks had this year, and for no reason really, just for no reason other than not liking the Knicks. I don't know what else to think.
Yeah, it's just like I said. Some people are just to me, I feel like Paul Pierce is just only doing this to keep himself relevant. Because let's really think about it. I mean, how many people actually talk about Paul Pierce? I
Many,
mean, if you go through the sports world, you hear more people talk about KG, Reggie Miller, of course Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Charles Bark. Well, setting aside Charles Barkley because he's a different person, and as well as Shaq, setting those two aside, you still have players, people talking about other players from from the past and of the present. Because of the present, you're still talking about Steph Curry. We're still talking about your buddy LeBron James, which I mean, we both might not like him, but it is what it is. Players are talking about Giannis. You know, I think Pierce is bitter because the town of Boston has been taken over by Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown, and he is no longer relevant in the sports world as the city of Boston.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like he's a bit jealous. Um, again, he's just a natural hater. I don't know. That's I think probably the best way to explain him. It's just like he just hates on people for no reason. Hates on teams, hates on whatever for no reason.
Oh yeah, he's nowhere near Bruce Bowen. I mean, yeah.
hmm So again, Paul Pierce is a joke. He's a clown. Um, yeah, yeah. Paul Pierce, the truth, but he's spitting nothing but lies. So, um, he's just annoying. Uh, but I did like those rants. Those were good. When I found out it was about Paul Pierce, I'm like, whatever he said, it it's justifiably uh a rant about him because he's an absolute idiot.
Oh, did you hear that Kawhi Leonard now wants to sign with the Miami Heat?
Yeah, I don't know if he's joking or not.
Never
It'd be
heard
really
of
funny if he
Paul
was joking.
Pierce.
It'd be really funny if he was being serious.
I think
Um,
he was being serious.
but again, we don't have the cap money to have him sign. We don't have the cap money for Kawhi to sign.
Again, we did not pass on. Steph Curry was drafted eighth. We had the ninth. Oh no, he was drafted seventh. We had the eighth pick in the draft that year. So we did not pass on Steph Curry. Now the other six teams ahead of him did that. Now that was stupid.
I'm sure Memphis feels stupid. They picked Hashim to beat over Steph Curry.
Yeah, how, that was just fucking stupid.
And Minnesota had two back-to-back picks on 5 and 6, and they picked Ricky Rubio and Johnny Flynn. Oh, we know, Jay. We know you're being a jackass. I ain't got anything else. The second round is starting just now.
Which again, I don't understand why we need to have a 2 night draft or a 2 round draft night. That doesn't make no sense whatsoever. Imagine having two picks and pass around Curry twice. Yeah, that's a jackass move.
And everyone, our word of the day is jackass.
Led by the most famous jackass of all, James Dolan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I guess since we have nothing else, it's time for a word from my partners.
Jay, don't say it. We know what you want to say. Don't say it.
I'll have to bust my. Oh, good lord. It's good to see you back, Jay.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, our partners that do, we still have them.
Mm-hmm.
Warning, your energy drink might get jealous. Meet Doobie, the clean energy formula built for gamers, creators, athletes, and anyone tired of the crash that comes with ordinary energy drinks. Explosive focus, long lasting energy, no jitters, no crash, delicious flavor that hits different. Whether you're grinding through a late night gaming session, crushing your workout, or powering through your day, Doobie delivers the boost you need to stay locked in and dominate. Don't just wake up, level up. Grab your favorite flavor today and experience the energy anyone is talking about.
He did it. Of course he did it.
Of course he did. It wouldn't be him if he didn't.
What do you mean you got your own now, Jay? He's an absolute. He's a character.
Yes, he is. Oh, and right now, Doobie has a summer special going on where if you use promo code SUMMER40, you get 40% off your entire order.
Wow, that's a really good deal or sale.
Yes, it is. Okay, so I got this about it today. So that code is only good for 5 days. Does that include the doll section? You know what?
I don't know. There's times I don't even have a word for him anymore. I don't know.
You're not the only one. But it's good to have him back, though.
Yeah, there's.
We was missing the entertainment part of the show at some days.
Yeah, his logo changed again.
So let's see.
No, Jay, I don't have work tonight. I'm finally off for the first time since last Wednesday. So, yeah, that's right. He did tell me that he closes sometimes. So, but no, I was working since pretty much last time we were live. So, I finally get a Wednesday off, and I'm probably not gonna go back to bed. I'll be honest. After after we're done with this, did not sleep much today. Got a lot of stuff going on, but yeah.
Well, so that's pretty much what we have for today. I hope you guys that was watching enjoyed my rant. I know Jeff did.
Always, we always enjoy our rants. Back to bed? Yeah, going back to bed. I slept maybe 4 hours. I don't know how you do night shift. I don't know. I've been doing it for 4 years now, almost five. So, my body's just adjusted to it at this point.
Yep, pretty much that's how it works.
Yes, Jay, we gotta go. I tried to you up more, but I didn't. Yeah, like
Uh,
ease back into it. He's got to be like ease back into it. He hasn't been here in a while. He has got to like
mm-hmm.
do it like a little bit each episode now.
So just so people know that we did change the public access on our Facebook group to public, and since we've done that, we've gotten quite a few more followers, which we are enjoying.
Mm-hmm.
And again, those of you that's following us on YouTube, remember to hit that subscribe and the bell button for notifications. Well, maybe you need to get back into following sports, Jay.
All right, he's
You got
he's
anything else left, bud?
no. Just thanks for watching. The next first round pick is, or the second round pick is going to Houston actually. So they traded their second round pick again.
Of course he did. Like I said,
So,
Leon Rose he's doing what he can to somehow build the future bench as well as the future part of the future rotation. Since Jackass, already say he's not willing to do certain things.
yeah, there it is. Word of the day, Jackass.
Brought to you by the head Jackass, James
Mhm.
Dolan.
Brought to you by Doobie.
I still can't believe that he fucking went on national TV the day of the parade that was honoring a team for winning the championship after 53 years to say some bullshit like that.
Hmm.
Oh, I
That's
am,
how
buddy.
he does it.
All right. So until next week, we'll see
Have a good week,
everybody
everyone.
later.